Hi, and welcome to Carolina Varsity's 2013 kickoff. Actually, Matt has been doing a pretty decent job of kicking off with some videos and some threads, and I want to thank him for that. I think Matt has been the most active at doing this kind of stuff that I've seen in 10 years. I remember back about 10 years ago, Matt, you were doing a lot of this stuff. I think it was under the name Charlotte Football or something like that.
It's been a long time.
Been a long time. So I do want to thank Matt for that, and especially for some of the top things that he's doing. As an example, the thread that you just started on the top CMS teams, that brought in a whole lot of has brought in a whole lot of comments, and even brought in some about there are teams other than Charlotte teams, and we know there are, but there's only so many people that can cover so much, and you look at just the Charlotte area, and if we included all the privates and everything, you know, you're getting up around 30 teams just in Charlotte alone inside of Mecklenburg County that you're having to deal with, and we got these teams across the border. So yeah, I want to make a comment about the CMS thread or anything.
You know, the CMS rankings, you know, that's something that I really started last year. I usually do it on Saturday mornings after we see all the games, and we talk a little bit about what we've seen. This year, when the season starts, they'll be released every Saturday. We're still debating on whether we're going to do it in video format or in the article format like you saw on the forums. But the controversy generated, I think a lot of that, you know, came from, you know, some of our regular guys, and it's also brought in some other guys that are new to the site. And you know, what we like to do is spread the word. You know, let people know that, you know, this is the place to talk Charlotte football. As you guys know, around the state, you know, we're hated. You visit other sites, no one talks about Charlotte, and if it's mentioned, you know, all it is Charlotte schools recruit, you know, and you know, all that stuff. You got open choice plans, which we all know is not true. But you know, if you want to talk Charlotte football, you know, I'm your man. I'm going to cover Charlotte hard this year, and you know, I love the amount of talk that's been on the forum so far, and we really appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah, we encourage those of you outside the area. We do have Jeff over in Gaston County trying to cover that Gaston, Lincoln, Cleveland, maybe some of his teams that he follows with new alignment have had to go out even further over into Burke and all. So he may try to bring in some of that, and we do have a couple of individuals that are wanting to cover Iredell. Of course, they're aligned with Mooresville, so they want to cover the Iredell County and Alexander County, and you know, the other Alexander Central team, I should say. They want to cover those areas and teams that follow them. So maybe we have something there, but you know, the rest of it's an open site, and we encourage other areas of the state to be represented. But like Matt said, you know, there's only so much that can go around, and you know, we'll try to expose everything. As far as Charlotte's concerned, and some of this stuff, like you say, about recruiting, and you know, those of us that live and breathe it and have had kids play in the system and have had to play against these hated teams that recruit, the recruiting is not quite what you think it is.
Exactly.
You know, there might be a comment made that gets construed as recruiting, but people aren't going around knocking on doors and sending you know, letters of invite, etc. It's not happening. So you know, for the most part, those of us in Charlotte are very settled with what's going on, and we just realize that power shifts. Power is all about who's coaching your teams, and we're going to cover some of that. Who's coaching your team, the players that you've got, and we've seen it shift around the city. It just kind of seems like it circles around. It has kind of always been a bit of power over in the eastern part of the county. Independence has always been a pretty decent team, but you know, then we added Butler, and now we got Rocky River coming up on the rise, and so. But still, it cycles around, and we hope that what we do for you this season as far as providing a forum for you to talk about anything related in any player. We don't care if it's a top player, a top coach. I had a conversation the other day about actually having some cheerleader articles and such written. That's cool. You know, it's all part of the experience. So,
well, Dale, you mentioned the region. You guys that are not in Charlotte, don't forget, we do have the power poll coming. We are going to do that again. It'll be in its second year. It'll be released on Wednesdays. The first poll is going to be actually released 2 days before the first game. Well, actually 1 day with the Memorial Stadium doubleheader, but it'll be August 21st. We'll release our first power poll. That will be in the video format. It'll be kind of a countdown. It'll be the top 15 teams in the region. Same region that we did last year, including Rock Hill and adjacent counties to Mecklenburg County. So you regional guys, we have not forgot about you. We'll discuss those top 15 teams, and right now I think you're going to be a little surprised based off of what I've been looking at. So stay tuned for that August 21st.
Exactly. So we're getting ready to roll into some of our other topics. If you have any feedback, please provide it to us. Petman or Matt, but he's Petman on the site, or myself. Contact us. Let us know your ideas, and we'll try to roll them in or have you do them. Thanks a lot.